we ask co-hosts always to bring something from the Google, but you got one of those big brains, so you are the Google. So I got something, and I want to go over because I thought it was pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
And that is 5 tips for vibrant communication.
Yeah.
This is one of your area of expertise. I know you to be a expert in helping people communicate and also grow as a leader. That is how I see you at your best.
Oh, thank you.
So I chose this one because it kind of fits. I can see why you would write this, right?
Right.
And so I want people to know if we go through this, this is somebody that absolutely gets it. And this is not just somebody guessing here. This is somebody that's done a lot of research, a lot of work with a lot of different companies and professionals. So all of you out there listening, pay attention because you're going to get a tip or two that is coming from an expert. And then I might throw my opinion in if I disagree with her or
okay.
not. Oh, boy.
If you've got to.
If you got to.
I guess it's your show. You can
Oh,
do
I
what you
got
want.
to, Nicole.
Okay.
Oh, I got to.
Okay.
Okay.
Wilson, help me. Oh.
So, Will, she wants you to turn the mic off right about now. Okay. So, 5 tips for a vibrant communication.
Yeah.
Number 1,
Mm-hmm.
be present in the communication. Describe that to me because I only see that in my mind. Like years ago when I was talking with my child, I really had my mind someplace else. Yeah, right. We'll do that in a minute. We'll do that. Is that what you're speaking of?
Yeah, and I would say that behavior is alive and well in most businesses. You know, people come to you, can I talk to you? Yeah. And then they want to multitask. They want to, sit there and continue to do what they're doing and think that they can listen to you. But the truth of the matter is, we all know this, multitasking is a myth. You cannot multitask. Your brain can only do one thing at a time. And so you need to be
You're
present.
the person that taught me that. I did not know that. You taught me that.
Oh, well, the research has been shown time and time again that you cannot multitask.
There is no such thing as that.
You might be a quick clicker, like you can go back and forth between 2 tasks, but you can't do 2 things at one time. And so the thing about being present is, there's some very old good things that we can learn from communication that's been around since the Dale Carnegie times, right? So the 1920s, he's like, make eye contact with people. And today we have so many distractions. If I were to go into your office and you're sitting at your desk, you've got your laptop in front of you, you've got your phone sitting there, your telephone. One thing I suggest to leaders is, if somebody comes in to talk to you, say yes, you should have like a little table with 2 little chairs in the corner or someplace you can go to, like get up, get away from your stuff, sit down and actually talk to people. It will blow their mind.
See, and when you describe that, that's Nicole. Like, that's what you do. Right?
That's what I do.
That's
yes.
right. I know that. Well, I'm the guy that says, yeah, what do you want? You got 3 minutes. Go ahead and tell me what you want, right?
Yeah.
So I get it. I hear you telling us, find a way to pay attention.
Yeah, and this thing about, you said you love this happy people thing I've got on my website. Well, here's the truth of the matter. In SHRM, the Society for Human Resource Management, they do a survey every year, and they say, what are the things that we're worried about? And everybody's like, we're worried about employee engagement. Employee engagement is at all-time lows. And they think that means that we need to have like pizza parties or ping pong tables in the lobby or whatever. And we don't need any of that. I mean, it's saying, really nice to have.
If you just listen.
Right. Engagement is like talking to the humans that work for you. That's what employee engagement is. And, here's the thing. People have good ideas. And if they have a complaint, it just might be legit. And they might be helping you out before something gets farther down the road.
That's right. I tell that to customers, to clients of mine all the time. When the customer is complaining, I bet you there's an opportunity there.
100%.
And if you hear it 3 or 4 times, it really is a business model that needs to be fixed. So you're saying the same thing with staffing. If enough employees are saying this, it gives you an opportunity to solve something.
That's right. And you will look like a hero. If you ignore it, you bypass it, you overlook it, then you're really setting yourself up for big problems.
And you look like a Joe. Okay, got it.
Yeah, that
Next
is
one.
for sure. Next.
And we kind of talked on that. Number 2 is be an active listener. You threw the word active in there. What do you mean by that, active?
Yeah, what I mean by that is using all of your body parts to listen. So here's the thing. I can listen to you with my ears, but I can also just hear you. So the difference between hearing and listening, there's a fine line there. So hearing is the physiological thing where like, tone and things are coming into my ears. But then if I listen, I'm really using my mind, dare I say this, my heart, maybe even my soul. I'm like listening with my whole person to what you're saying, using compassion, empathy, um, discernment, And then the other thing we can do is we can listen with our eyes. Sometimes somebody will be sitting in front of you and they've got their arms crossed or they've got a frown on their face,
Right.
or, it's like, I know that you're saying that everything's okay, but you got your arms crossed, you got a frown on your face. What's up? And that's my favorite line.
What's up?
Everybody write down what's up. You can just say to people, what's up? And then people will tell you
Right.
if you can build the trust. And so if you're present in your communication and you're actively listening, you're building trust.
Hearing you talk,
Yeah.
I can remember the last time you and I were on the radio together. You told me I was not a very empathetic person. I
Oh.
went. I went home and told. I went home and told my wife that.
And she said, I love
"Yeah."
Nicole Greer.
She said. She said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, you think that's true?" Yeah. So, well, okay. Well, all right. So maybe I don't really like
if
people.
if we go back to empathy, we were talking about the 4 different quadrants.
But the point I'm making is this is not as easy as you describe for
Oh,
somebody
yeah, it is.
like a Joe, right? It's easier for a Nicole to be empathetic than it is for a Joe that's ready to move on to step 3, 4, and 5.
Well, here's the thing. We all stand in choice, and I can just choose empathy, but you have to be conscious. And so I guess what you're saying is some people need to wake up. My daddy would say, wake up, smell the coffee, and that was his way of saying that, like, you've got a little blind spot.
Right.
But I mean, having empathy, it's just a choice. And it's one of those 4 quadrants. So it's under the humanity quadrant, right? It's one of the 12 nuances of loving people is having empathy for them. And empathy is not the same as sympathy. I don't have to feel sorry for you. I just have to understand what it's like to be in your shoes the
Right.
best I can. And I can't 100%
Right.
figure
Okay.
that out. Yeah.
Okay. Number 3.
Okay.
I love this one.
Yeah.
Speak slowly, because this one seems to hit home for Julie, right? Number 2 hit home for me.
Okay.
Number 3 hit home for Julie. Stop making assumptions. I love this. See, in my world, everybody is assuming they know something about the buyer or the seller.
Oh, yeah.
And the truth is, you can't possibly know what they're thinking, right?
Never.
I love this one. This was great.
Yeah. And so it says right here in the little article that Ann Strutt, my little mentor who's from Statesville, she tells me all the time, I'll be telling her something, and here's what I think he's thinking, and here's this, that, and this. And I'll tell her
Right.
all this stuff, and she's like, stop. We don't know. You never know. How do you think you know? Do you have ESP? I don't think so.
Right.
So really what we need to do instead of making assumptions is do what I call asking powerful questions, right? So before you assume somebody's thinking something, doing something, just ask, and be forthcoming and create that rapport between 2 people, do the active listening, all of that. We all know that assume stands for don't make an ass out of you
Right,
and me,
right.
right? So, I think it's really important to not make assumptions. There's this, here's a Google thing for everybody. Go on and look on YouTube for Chris Argus. He's got a little video called the Ladder of Inference, and it talks all about what happens when you make an assumption. So excellent resource.
I did a certification for Harvard on negotiation, and this is one of the things
Nice.
they had you do. They had you tell us what you thought the other side was thinking.
Yeah.
And 82% of the time, you're wrong.
Right.
Right. So these assumptions are not working in your favor if you're trying to do them. So I love this one. It was great.
Perfect.
So let's keep moving. We got number 4.
Okay.
Respond when somebody communicates. This is hard also because sometimes I'm not in the mood to deal with it.
Yeah. Well,
She give me that same look again.
yeah, you got it. If you're in leadership or you work for the company, you can't.
better be in the mood.
Yeah, you better be in the mood. That's what
Okay.
you get paid for. You get paid to be in the mood to work. That's what you get paid for. I mean, but I would talk to people and they're like, well, he doesn't return his email. And I'm like, well, then he needs to be coached. He needs to be sat down
Right.
and said, this is our policy on returning email. and you need to adhere to it. And
Right.
how
Okay.
can we help you?
Last one. We've only got 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Illustrate your point.
Yeah.
Can we do that fast?
Yeah, I like pictures, drawings, whiteboards with things on them, diagrams,
Sometime with Joe, a beat on the back of the head.
a strategic plan, maybe a club to the head, whatever it takes.
Nicole, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You just heard 5 tips for vibrant communication from Nicole Greer, founder of Vibrant Coaching. Okay, you didn't do this very well. I'm going to give you another chance, okay?
Okay.
I want you to say your business matters with a little bit of attitude.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
You are listening to Local Biz Now. If it's Monday afternoon, do it.
Where your business matters.
There you go. Yeah, she got it. We'll be right back.